My name is Sam, and welcome into BookSmart. NFC and AFC Championship today, man. It's like a dang holiday, baby. It feels like Christmas. Christmas is all year round if you want to find it. I got something in my contact. I'm not winking at you, bro. Don't be full of yourself. You're not that pretty. Let's start off with Deebo Samuel. We're going to go over 46.5 receiving yards, juiced up to negative 120 on ESPN Bet, but that doesn't faze me. Deebo going to be heavily involved in this game. We saw how bad the 49ers offense struggled through most of that game last week versus Tampa Bay without Deebo in the lineup. This offense looks different. And of course the 49ers, were clutch down the stretch, but through most of that game, it wasn't pretty for that offense. So I think with Deebo now coming back, Kyle Shanahan's going to make sure that he is involved. Lions in the regular season gave up the third most receiving yards to wide receivers, and also wild card game for the Lions. They allowed Puka Nacua to go for 180, and then Mike Evans went for 147. So they're letting these receivers go for 100 plus. Deebo has had 47 plus receiving yards in 6 of his last 8 regular season games. So we're gonna go Deebo Samuel over 46.5 receiving yards, even though it is juiced up. Go Travis Kelce over 5.5 receptions. This is super juiced up. I get that, negative 150. But man, it's worth the pay up in this game. Kelce has had 6 plus receptions in every game in his career versus the Baltimore Ravens. So I think that it's not going to change for this game. It's not going to change. And Dalton Schultz last week had 5 catches versus these Ravens, and his season average is 3.9. I know that the Texans were playing from behind and they were throwing most of that game, but it doesn't matter. He's averaged 3.9. He had 5 catches. If the Chiefs are going to get an upset in Baltimore, Travis Kelce is going to be making huge catches down the stretch. There's no doubt that he has 6 plus receptions in this game. Even though the juice, you got to pay it up. If you want to parlay this with something, maybe you parlay this with taking the Chiefs on the spread, bump that spread up a little bit. I think something like that. But these over 5.5 receptions, it's going to happen. Travis Kelce's probably going to have 7 catches in this game. This game is going to be close. It's going to be these clutch catches down the stretch for the Kansas City Chiefs. And who is Patrick Mahomes going to go to? I was going to say something, but he's going to go to Travis Kelce. So take over 5.5 receptions for Travis Kelce at negative 150. And for my little parlay for these two games, we're going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to cover 13.5. And then Jared Goff to throw an INT, baby. I just think Goff is going to have a bad pass at one point in this game. He had the luxury of being in Detroit for those 2 other games. I think now that he's going to be in Santa Clara, he's not going to be able, the crowd's not going to shut up when he's at the line of scrimmage so he can communicate with his team. There's no way that's happening. He is going to get an earful of stuff from this 49ers crowd, and I think that's going to result in him making a bad pass at one point in this game. There's a good chance with the spread being at 7 that the 49ers are winning by 15 or maybe even 20 points at some point in this game. Lions are going to have to throw the ball. So I think that there's going to be 1 point in this game. I don't know when. It could be in the beginning. It could be late at the end. It could be a Hail Mary, bro. I don't know when it's going to happen, but Jared Goff is going to throw an interception at 1 point in this game versus the 49ers. So give me that. Oh, and also to the 49ers tied for first, actually, with my Chicago Bears. Let me flex a little bit on my team right there because it doesn't happen often. We're tied for first with 22 interceptions in the regular season, and they picked off Jordan Love twice in that game last week versus the Packers, a guy that went 5 straight games without throwing an INT. One of the best quarterbacks in the league leading up to that game versus the 49ers, and they even make him throw 2 interceptions. So Jared Goff will definitely be throwing one in this matchup. And then let's go KC covering 13.5. There's not much to this, bro. This is such a high spread for Kansas City to cover. They're definitely going to do it. And they've been in too many AFC championships to lose that way. And Patrick Mahomes has never lost an AFC playoff game. He lost the Super Bowl by 20 plus points to Tampa Bay, but he has never lost an AFC playoff game by more than 6 points. All that is, this 13.5 is to get that Jared Goff interception to plus juice. That's really the only reason why we threw Kansas City with that 13.5. And that's what I'm telling you to do, like even with Travis Kelce. If you take Travis Kelce's over 5.5 and you don't like paying up that negative 150 juice, slap Kansas City at like plus 13.5, or if you can get it at plus 14, take it at plus 14 to get that juice reduced for Travis Kelce's receptions or for Jared Goff's interception. Do whatever you need to do to get it to plus juice, but the Chiefs definitely are going to be, they could lose by 6 maybe. I mean, I could see this being like an overtime loss and the Ravens score a touchdown, they lose by 6. That I could see. That's why I don't know if I want to touch that 4.5, but I will definitely take 13.5, bro. Definitely will take that. So those are my 4 bets for this NFC and AFC championship. This has been BookSmart, and I'll talk to you guys later.